prepare to have your perception of geography challenged as we reveal the countries with the most bizarre and mind-bending borders you can imagine. From a nation sprawling across countless islands to one that literally resembles a perfect box, we're about to delve into 15 countries whose shapes defy explanation. First, take a look at Finland. Its borders are a chaotic masterpiece. The eastern side snakes in and out along the Russian frontier, almost as if that part of Finland is trying to subtly detach itself from the main body. If that seems wild, observe the southern borders, a jagged array of bays and inlets that give the coastline a remarkably spiky appearance. Up north, a significant curve and bulge are remnants of ancient border agreements. This creates a stark contrast between a remarkably smooth western coast and all the eastern eccentricity. And of course, you can't miss the distinct, ear-like shape formed by the Gulf of Bothnia. Finland is truly a geographical puzzle, constantly drawing your eye in different directions. Russia, by its sheer scale, almost has a license to look as peculiar as it wants. Spanning over 17 million square kilometers, it is the largest country in the world. But what about all those strange, quirky panhandles? Over centuries, much like its European counterparts, Russia was aggressively expansionist, annexing so much neighboring land that the country's outline became a sprawling, irregular mess, much like an egg dropped onto a hot pan. These extensive extensions and irregular borders are a direct result of historical expansion and territorial disputes. At first glance, the USA's map almost looks like someone picked up the continental landmass, broke it in half, and then haphazardly scattered pieces across the globe. Its border with Canada is an impressive feat, a perfectly straight line stretching almost 9,000 kilometers. In stark contrast, the border with Mexico is a remarkably squiggly, unpredictable line. Beyond that, some parts of the country are so strangely situated, they seem to defy logic. Alaska, for instance, is far to the north, completely separated from the contiguous states. And then there's Hawaii, an archipelago located nearly 6,000 kilometers away in the vast Pacific Ocean, adding another layer to the USA's fragmented profile. The Kingdom of Sardinia no longer exists, but it's impossible to omit this historical entity because its shape was truly a hot mess. The kingdom governed numerous scattered territories, with the island of Sardinia itself situated roughly 300 kilometers away in the middle of the ocean, separated from its mainland possessions by nothing but water. The most astounding aspect was that the island of Sardinia was actually larger than all of the kingdom's mainland territories combined, making up about 1/3 of the total 70,000 square kilometers of the entire kingdom of Sardinia. I have to commend Cuba for its distinctive form. I've rarely seen another country stretch so long and narrow from east to west. Its northern coast is a tapestry of bays and inlets, giving it a jagged appearance, while the south is somewhat smoother yet still irregular. However, these uneven borders are not the result of human design. Surrounded entirely by water, Cuba's snake-like shape is purely a product of nature. Adding to this geographical complexity are numerous small offshore islands and cays. Cuba's unique outline is a direct result of its geological history, where the island emerged from intense tectonic activity and ongoing erosion processes, creating a nation that appears to slither across the Caribbean Sea. The first thing you'll notice on the United Kingdom's map is its remarkable vertical length. Its borders are a chaotic mix of jagged edges and intricate formations, resulting in one of the most unusual national shapes you'll encounter. The UK is a complex network of peninsulas and bays, particularly along its western coast. The southern coast is characterized by large inlets, creating a highly fragmented outline. Further north, Scotland maintains a slightly straighter, yet still quirky, profile. And let's not forget Northern Ireland, which contributes its own set of irregular borders to this intricate mix. This entire geographical arrangement is a tapestry woven from centuries of history and natural geological processes, making its configuration incredibly complex. If there was one map in the world that perfectly resembled an oval, it would undoubtedly be Sri Lanka. This island nation boasts some of the neatest borders you'll find, with only subtle irregularities making it remarkably satisfying to behold. While the southern coast is notably more jagged, the northern coast presents a more uniform appearance. This distinctive shape is a product of natural erosion and the island's unique geological past, giving Sri Lanka its standout look. Surrounded by the Indian Ocean, the constant wave action has sculpted the coastline into its characteristic form, with both its northern and southern coasts exhibiting varying degrees of natural irregularity, a testament to the island's long history of geological stability. Just observe the borders of the UAE. They are nothing short of chaotic. The boundaries with Oman and Saudi Arabia are incredibly convoluted, featuring numerous enclaves and exclaves scattered across the landscape. The southern border with Saudi Arabia is particularly ambiguous, presenting a puzzle of lines that are hard to decipher. Along the Persian Gulf, the northern coast is a maze of nooks and crannies. These wild borders are a legacy of historical treaties and complex geographical factors. You'll find only one relatively flat edge to the south. The rest is a collection of peculiar contours that contribute to its strange shape, especially with various islands fragmented away from the mainland. There's no denying it. Bangladesh's borders are an absolute geographical tangle. To the north, a narrow strip of land almost touches Nepal, and then you encounter a bewildering array of enclaves and exclaves shared with India, remnants of ancient agreements and territorial exchanges. It truly looks like a puzzle gone wrong. Bangladesh's map doesn't even appear to belong to a single country, but rather a collection of mismatched pieces of land haphazardly forced together. This creates immense challenges for governance, as tiny pockets of land are completely surrounded by a neighboring country, leading to a massive logistical nightmare. These geographical quirks are the direct result of historical colonial boundaries and intricate treaties. For example, the numerous Indian enclaves within Bangladesh and vice versa were vestiges of a bygone era of complex border negotiations and regional conflicts. Managing these enclaves involves navigating a maze of bureaucratic and logistical hurdles, impacting everything from infrastructure development to the delivery of public services. Turkey's borders are quite peculiar, especially in the southeast with Syria and Iraq. While the country might appear straightforward at first glance, a closer look reveals a complex interplay of historical claims and natural obstacles. Consider the narrow strip of land upon which Istanbul lies. It's an unusually elongated and detached section, seemingly far removed from the rest of Turkey's massive landmass, adding to its geographical oddity. The Mali Federation, a country that no longer exists, presented a truly unique geographical situation during its brief existence. It essentially enveloped Gambia, creating a shape that seemed to hold it hostage, blocking it from all sides. This encirclement resulted in a strange outline for the Mali Federation itself, characterized by a mix of rugged, uneven lines in the south and east, while the north was defined by remarkably straight lines, almost as if someone had used a ruler to draw two perpendicular boundaries. If you think this shape is weird, the country's flag featured a literal stick figure, a design that truly couldn't get any more unusual. Transvaal, another historical state, possessed a bizarre shape that also profoundly distorted the outline of modern-day South Africa. It intruded into the surrounding territory, making South Africa look incredibly irregular. Transvaal's map resembled a random puddle left after a rain shower, with its land splashing out in all sorts of strange directions. Its boundaries were often drawn with little regard for geographical coherence, creating a jigsaw puzzle of borders that complicated governance and integration. Eventually, the political and administrative challenges associated with such an awkwardly shaped region contributed to its reorganization and integration into modern South Africa. We've reached the end of our journey through the world's most oddly shaped countries. Be sure to let me know your pick for the country with the weirdest border in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.